Good morning, folks. Pretty visual to begin as this filament rips away from the southeastern limb. It's not headed at Earth. The Chinese Huanjing environmental satellite is up and away. It's their third such satellite. The Rokatenda volcano in Indonesia has come to life in the last week. Buoy in event mode off northeast Australia showing a 20-foot drop in ocean depth. They've actually turned two buoys back on from last week. Unfortunately, the data of interest is missing on both readers. First Portugal, then Spain, now Italy flooding from that same low pressure system sweeping southern Europe as a new system is already overtopped the UK. These Australian storms are getting very nasty. You can see that spinning cloud system in the hail zone, and New Zealand's set to warm up the next 3 days. US wind map shows what it's shown since the mega low crept across the northwest, bringing high wind and precipitation to these parts of the US and Canada. Reminder, if this low pinches off as forecasted, it'll be one bad storm as it sweeps across the US. Flares are still lower than during the last week's heliocentric alignments anyway. Did have a C7 this morning from the northeast again with a little CME, not coming this way. Let's watch formerly triumphant sunspots weaken and die to make way for these new dogs on the block as Mercury conjoins Jupiter tonight. After that, a week until the big show. Starting with geocentric alignments, Saturn and Venus conjoin on November 27th, one day before the full moon and the fourth and final eclipse of the year will be visible for a large portion of the globe. December begins with Jupiter opposing the Sun on the 2nd. Moving along, there is a new moon on the 13th. Mercury opposes Jupiter on the 17th, and Venus opposes Jupiter December 22nd with a full moon to close out the year. Heliocentrically, Mercury opposes Mars November 28th. December 4th, Mercury will oppose Neptune. JPO won't line up exactly, but that's the date. One day later on the 5th, Venus opposes Uranus. Mercury moves in to oppose Uranus on the 12th or the 13th. Venus and Mercury conjoin December 18th. Mercury will conjoin Saturn the 20th, and Venus conjoins Saturn the 22nd. Might get a bigger flare for tonight's Mercury-Jupiter conjunction, but quakes and flares should be lower until the end of the month and this all ramps up. Eyes open. No fear, it's 5:55 a.m. Eastern Time, and that's the news. Be safe, everyone.